No smell. He gonna find a nut eventually. Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Rodgers, dog. Can you give him a little love? Come on, James. It's been a long time, dog. It's been a long time.
I'm not getting into that with y'all, man.
Hey, real quick, one thing I learned about the Jets, though, they find a way to lose, though.
They do.
They are in that category of bad teams always find a way to lose. They are that.
James, let me ask you this. You were part of helping Aaron Rodgers build his legacy. You led the league in receiving touchdowns with him as your quarterback. You won a Super Bowl, obviously, with him as your quarterback. But now he ain't won much as of late. How much does this season hurt Aaron Rodgers' legacy?
It doesn't. Aaron Rodgers is walking into the Hall of Fame, first ballot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Aaron Rodgers here. He's going to be the one, ain't no surprise. Good to see y'all. Yeah. The other ones, baby, tears be coming out. Hey, good to see y'all, man. I knew the knock was coming. Aaron Rodgers, that is what he has put on the football field since he stepped into the National Football League. You're talking about a Super Bowl champion, 4-time MVP. His legacy is his legacy, man. This is not a good year, but when you talk about his legacy, Aaron Rodgers' legacy is already set in stone. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's going to walk in there as one of the greatest to ever do it. That's just what he has put on the football field. So that ain't going to change. That's Aaron Rodgers' legacy. It's set in stone.
I agree with you on that. Where I disagree with you on is, like, the people who consider Aaron Rodgers to not be the ultimate winner or to not be like a leader of men, that also has now been proven to be true. Like the people who I lean on the side with shady, like Aaron Rodgers is an incredible individual talent. 4 MVPs, I believe the only person with more is Peyton Manning. But when you think of the other old heads that left teams, Joe Montana, he left the Niners, he went to a championship game with the Chiefs. Brett Favre, he left the Packers, he goes to a championship game with the Vikings.
Yes.
Peyton Manning, he leaves the Colts, he goes to 2 Super Bowls, including winning one with the Broncos, and obviously Tom Brady needs no introduction. He leaves the Patriots, he goes to a Super Bowl with the Bucs. Aaron Rodgers doesn't do what those other quarterbacks do from a collective team, making everybody else better. Aaron Rodgers is a force, but I'm not yet convinced still that he's been the ultimate force multiplier that some of these other incredible quarterbacks have been. Obviously, his legacy as an individual talent set in stone. But when you think of all those other incredible individual talents at quarterback, they did go elsewhere, and they did help elevate those teams to championship levels, Chase.
Yeah, I mean, that's great and all, but it's not going to hurt his legacy. Regardless of team aspect, he's got a Super Bowl, correct? I don't care if he has multiple. He has a Super Bowl. He has 4 MVPs. Like, for me, and I always, when I came into the league, it was Sean Payton who told us, and he told us this every single year, the first meeting of the year. He said, the train of the NFL, it's always moving down the track. Every single one of us, front office, executives, head coach, GM, players, superstar players, we're all going to be asked to get off. We're all going to have to get off someday, and that NFL train will keep moving, right? I think it's time for Aaron Rodgers to get off that train, because if he does anymore, I think it could possibly hurt his legacy in terms of recency bias. But right now, like, you look at bad quarterbacks, really, really good quarterbacks who have had, like, very bad final seasons, the list goes on and on. Like Aaron Rodgers, obviously, this year. Peyton Manning, 2015 Broncos. It was rough watching him down the stretch on that. Brett Favre, the 2010 Vikings, not the 09 Vikings. Dan Marino, the 99 Dolphins. Troy Aikman, the 2000 Cowboys. And even Brady in 2022, right? 25 touchdowns, 17 starts, career low. They were 8-9. They didn't make the playoffs, all that stuff. So I think right now, legacy-wise, he's going to walk into the Hall of Fame. But all these guys have bad seasons, and we all think of those guys as some of the best to ever play it. And in my mind, that's how I will continue to think of Aaron Rodgers. I'm not going to get caught into this recency bias of 1 year.
Well, I gotta push back. That's just what I'm on set for, right? Because you have a point, but them guys you did name at the end when they went to a different team, they did something special. They made a difference. They made some type of impact. They didn't just do the same thing that the old quarterback was doing.
That's true.
They wasn't on some Zach Wilson type wave. Real talk. So I hear what you're saying, but from Montana, he did something, playoffs. Who else you said? Brady, championship, Favre. He was in the NFC championship game. So we're not going to do the same. I will agree with you on this part. Aaron Rodgers, when you have 4 MVPs, I don't care how bad you are, you can't change that. He is riding the sunset as one of the greatest quarterbacks that play this game. He's already in that category. But we're not going to act like him and other quarterbacks isn't the same as far as the way they was riding off. It's different levels.
I agree with
you.
They
all going to the same spot, but You know what I mean? His is like bumpy. It's bumpy, right? Put your seatbelt on this flight.
I agree with Shady on that.
Okay.
That's why I disagree with Chase. He can't get off that train right now.
Okay.
Get off that train right now.
Get off.
You can't go out like this. I can't go out 3 and whatever, 4 and whatever, 5 and whatever. I don't know how many other games they might win, but it's looking like 4 or 5 or whatever. I cannot. As good as the NFL has been to me and as good as your career has been, I cannot get off the train at 4 and whatever, 5 and whatever. I got to keep going on this train. At least one more. I at least got to do one more. Because he's right. Brett Favre went to the 2010 NFC Championship. The next year, whew.
Yeah, it was bad.
You know what I'm saying? It was very, very bad for Brett, right?
You know Rodgers.
But he did take him to the NFC Championship.
You know Rodgers personally. Do you believe he regrets going to the Jets?
No.
Really?
No, I mean,
It had to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to happen. I don't think he regrets anything going to the Jets at all. Now, I do think that he may regret how this season is going, but he don't regret going to the Jets.
Did we overestimate, or did we overestimate Rodgers' talent, or did he overestimate the Jets roster? Clearly, there was a
Jets
gross
defensively was
overestimation.
really good.
No.
And he thought that he could make them better offensively, so I would go with the second part.
Can I ask you one question though? Because like we love to beat around the bush again. I gotta just bring us back to the point. That's what the producer wants me here to do. So how is it that the defense was really, really, really good before he got there, and he gets there, they're still okay, but they're not the same. Offensively, all these weapons, you got all these weapons. You needed one more piece. Yeah. You go out and get this piece, and you put it right in the puzzle, and then the puzzle fizzles out and it drops.
Completely collapsed.
So it was a good defense, good running backs, good wide receivers. You added more good wide receivers, all pro receivers, and y'all look worse. What is the main reason why, fellas?
Did you watch the game yesterday?
I watched the game. I watched them lose.
All right.
I watched them look good early. The last 2 games, they looked good early.
They did.
And then they fizzled out. So what I'm asking y'all
This
is,
game, they kind of look good the whole time. Offensively.
all I'm asking you guys is this. The defense was already
Aaron Rodgers
good.
has not elevated
All
the whole
these players
team.
was really good. And you bring this last piece there.
It's not rocket science. Aaron Rodgers has not elevated the whole team.
That's what I want.
It's not rocket science. But it ain't all on there.
Put your big boy pants on and answer the
it.
question like you did.
But it's not all on my dog, though.
Last thought, Chase.
I just don't think he can regret going to the Jets, right? Like when you're going through this
regretted
free agency process, though, when he signed, Saleh was like, we have the top 2 or 3 defense in the league the year before, and then we're going to let you play GM. Now, handling it, maybe the Jets should regret handling like that. Like, let him just be a player. Like, let's build around him. And I agree with James. He hasn't elevated the Jets to where really everyone thought it could be. And he's gotten a lot of people fired.
Look, if he had to write it all over again, though, it's other teams. He probably could have went to the Commanders before they got Jaden Daniels. He could have went to the Steelers before they did all that. Like, it was teams out there that did better for him.
The market like New York, dog.
That's true.
And we know he likes the attention.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.